Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. We're almost done with another month. Right now in Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, come on, guy, you're parked right where I can't see around you. Right now in Jacksonville, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. 10 over so. 78 degrees. It's a little warmer than it has been the past couple of days. Humid. It rained almost all day yesterday, well into the evening. Humidity is, say, 95%. It is thick out there. It really is. Oh, let's see. That would be 25 degrees Celsius. Man. Trying to wake up here. I got plenty of sleep yesterday. With all the rain yesterday, my son-in-law couldn't work. So he told me I could go home early. I was all for, and I thought I'd get a few things done, but all I got done was checking the back side of my eyelids for holes. But even that, we had some thunder coming through yesterday. Man, it shake the whole mobile home. It'd be sound asleep, but all of a sudden, the whole thing would be shaking. Wake me up, man. At one point, I got back to sleep. My son called because I had texted him. If you notice my surroundings, I'm in the brat buggy. On the way home last night, the van started making some funny noises. I'm not sure if an exhaust gasket blew or smog pump hose, something. She was making some funny noises. So, don't know what's going on. Like I said, texted my son. He's going to come over and take a look at it. The Hart Son's down in Daytona. Man, those idiots. Idiots, I guess it might not be the right word, but those crazy boys. Friday, they're going down. Well, my son's going to head down, meet up with his best lifelong friend. And they're going to jump out of an airplane. On purpose. They're going to pay for the privilege. Man. I don't know. I did it. I was never happy about doing it, but no, thank you. But anyway, they're supposed to do that coming up here. Like I said, Friday. They'll end up fixing the van one way or another. How long it's going to take, I don't know. Hopefully, it's not like an exhaust manifold gasket that blew, because that'll be a bear to repair. Poetry. This time of the morning. That'll be a bear to repair. In a van. I mean, they're no fun to repair in a regular vehicle. In a van, there's no room. But anyhow, it is what it is. What it is. Little squatty car looks like an elephant sat on it. So yeah, I'd made some mental notes on things to talk about, but okay, we'll finish up with Sherry being down, breaking down like she did. The project I was working on was for the van. I got a photography's background of a old wooden wall where you have the paint's off, peeling off the wall and whatever, and it's kind of a cool background. I like the background itself for the van, and then I wanted to put an older painting of an American flag on that old wood background. And that's what I did. It turned out okay. People that have seen the picture have really liked it, and I'm okay with it. It's not 100% what I was thinking, but it was my first attempt, and there's a few things I think that I could do differently to make it look a little better. But that's for the future. But now it throws me off on, I had an idea up here on how I was going to present the whole project. I've got a bunch of pictures for slideshow, but I wanted to do a video showing what it was all about. So now I have to refigure how I'm going to do that. So it's in the process. It's got me thinking, people like it so much, I might end up doing several of them, taking that backdrop and turning it into an actual canvas, stretch canvas, and doing the flags on them and seeing if there's any interest in buying them. So, the other thing was, I was watching Becky's channel the other day. She made an egg salad. I like egg salad. If any of y'all that have been along with me for a while will remember that I really don't like eggs. I hope this is recording. I don't like egg whites. So when I make egg salad, I mash up really fine. I fork batch it all up, and by the time I'm done, it looks more like the filling for a deviled egg than it does a chunky egg salad. Since then, I've moved on and I've learned how to make it out of scrambled eggs, which I really like. Scrambled cheese eggs. Oh, cheesy egg salad. Yeah, I think I've got a video on that. I've also figured out how to make it up using a microwave. You just microwave 2 or 3 eggs for several minutes until they're basically a scramble, and then you add your cheese and your mayonnaise and all the other stuff. Anyway, there's dozens of ways to make egg salad. It's like to say, it's one of them type foods that there are as many ways as there are chefs or cooks or makers. Maybe more. Like I said, I've got several varieties or several versions. One way that not make it is the old Mrs. version. When we first got married, actually, I don't think we weren't married yet at that point. And she was going to make me up egg salad to take to work, and she boiled up all the eggs and whatever, and And of course, she knew how I like to make it. One thing, the old miss was not adept in the kitchen. There were a few meals that, like when she'd like to make something, then she could make it, like Christmas dinner or Easter dinner. She was all over that. But just the regular day-to-day cooking in the kitchen, not her forte. She didn't like going shopping for food. She didn't like cooking food. She wasn't particularly crazy about eating a lot of foods either. In that we were kind of similar. I'm fairly picky about what I eat, but anyway, she was going to make me egg salad. Chop it all up fine. Well, that's cool, you know. I used an egg processor or a food processor to drop the eggs in there and chop them all up and better stay in that lane, I guess. But that was cool, you know. And then you put it in a bowl. You add your other ingredients. Well, she thought she would do a shortcut, and she put the eggs in the processor, and she put the onions in the processor, and the relish, and the mayonnaise, and she turned it on, and she made egg sauce. It whirred and it became liquefied. Yeah. 2 dozen boiled eggs later, finely chopped, it was still liquidy. Like we didn't put the other eggs into the processor, took the eggs and mashed them up separate, and I thought they were police officers. You chopped the eggs up separate and mixed them into the liquid concoction that she had created. It was still very, very runny. Just one of those stories that she never. Well, she didn't outlive that way. But I teased her about it all the time. She was good with it. She knew that she messed up. She knew she was not a cook. I teased her a lot about, she made stew one time. This was well before we were married. And it was inedible. It really was. I don't know what she did to it. It was burnt. It was yuck. It wasn't edible. But don't waste food. We took it out and gave it to the dogs. Next morning, 2 of the dogs had run off. Again, that's one of those stories that told all the time, and she get mad at me for telling it, but it was the truth. Never did find those dogs. Like I said, she knew it. The kid, I'd get home from work, the kids would meet me at the door and be going, Daddy, can we go to McDonald's? Mommy cooked. Can we go get pizza? Now, I have to give her just come up as rewards, whatever. She did make some meals, that she didn't mess up. Some were some are fairly easy. Macaroni and cheese with hot dogs, it's a little difficult to mess that up. I'm not saying she never did. I'm just saying, if you use a little bit of care, macaroni and cheese from a box is fairly straightforward. Man, daytime with my sunglasses on, that dude's headlights were bright. Well, here we go, another day. I mentioned earlier that I had most of the day off yesterday and went home and napped for several hours. I got up, went to the other daughter's house, for dinner. Excuse me. Fortunately, she does not take after her mom for dinners, for cooking. When she was younger, she did. She didn't like to cook. She's still not really crazy about cooking, but she does a really good job. Last night we had a version of cheesesteaks in burritos. But yeah, I got home, showered and whatever, laid down, and I was asleep again by 11 o'clock. I didn't wake up, which is unusual for me. Usually I'm up every 2.5 hours. I wasn't up until after 4. And then I actually got up twice within like 20 minutes. And then I laid back down and went back to sleep, and the alarm went off. So I got a decent amount of sleep yesterday. Hopefully I'm not going to be dragging through today, and then I'll be able to get to sleep again tonight. That's the problem, is getting it consistent. So, I don't know. From the way my head's feeling, we're going to get more rain. Clouds are kind of overcast, and it's the way it is in Florida. Usually, when you got rain going on, the sun comes up, sucks up a lot of that moisture, and it gets too heavy and rains again. So we'll see. We had some heavy downpours yesterday and the night before. So it's all good. We need the rain. I know a lot of places need rain. Places over on the West Coast are suffering. People with fires and extreme heat and semi-drought conditions. We're starting to get pretty dry here. Lakes were looking pretty low. The retention ponds are pretty low. So we need it. Bring it on. Almost done with the coffee. Almost done with the run. We're about to turn onto the last road up here. And those ponds are starting to look pretty good. They're only an inch or two short, but anyway, let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. It's lucky, y'all. Bye-bye.